Before Umbrella, before Fenty, the mega beauty company, before the billions. 11-year-old Robin Fenty Rihanna was crawling through Barbadian mud, taking orders from another future pop star. Real story. How did this shape the baddest woman in the game? What was the Barbados Cadet Corps? Let's get into some quick history. Voluntary sub-military program run by the Barbados Defense Force in the 90s. Think of 120 plus years back. Open to secondary school kids, boys and girls. Real soldiers trained them. Drills, ranks, teamwork, Duke of Edinburgh awards and more. This is part of what they attained. Not compulsory, not full army, but legit. Fatigues, boots, parade square, summer camps and more. Why did this matter politically in Barbados where Rihanna was? Post the 1966 independence, this was nation building, turning island kids into disciplined, patriotic leaders in a tiny country. Now this is Rihanna's real cadet story. She joined at 11, met Chantel at summer camp. Chantel, older or senior, became her drill sergeant. In other words, while in Barbados, Chantel was the officer in the cadet camp in Barbados responsible to adapt Rihanna from the civilian mode into the military mode. In a February 2009 interview, Chantel was quoted saying, "We were both in cadets together. It wasn't compulsory or anything, but picture me and Rihanna in combat boots and fatigues crawling through the mud and things like that."
I did have to give her some push-ups. That was a long time ago when we were cadets. I was the drill sergeant, but it wasn't just her. It was like a whole group that was late, and that was like around the first time I had met her, and I did end up giving the whole group push-ups. But you know what? Like that's a part of it. That's a part of cadets. I've done my share. Trust me, I have.
Rihanna earned the rank of sub-corporal, and of course this fixed her posture.
So like that's the kind of stuff that we look back and we're like, I can't believe we were in cadets. And we were doing push-ups and crawling through mud and marching. Like when we look back on those days, like it is the funniest thing. Some of the coolest.
The emotional layer on this is that this was during her tough home life, parents' fights, dad's addiction. Cadets gave her structure when home didn't. Rihanna joining the cadets had it impacting her personally and socially. Socially, this mixed gender program in the 1990s Caribbean, early empowerment for girls built confidence, leadership, resilience, and all the sorts of privileges in the category. Rihanna said it taught her discipline that she still uses in tours and business. When it comes to the tie to her bad girl image, she rebelled inside the system, exactly how she later broke music rules, but still dominated. Joining the cadets also availed her personal growth, from selling clothes on the streets to commanding global stages. Discipline plus Caribbean grit equates to billionaire mindset. Rihanna joining the cadet corps back in Barbados impacted in a political and cultural angle too. This made it smart, not just gossip. In the Barbados context, small island, forging identity after the British rule, cadet corps would mean soft power. Considering the youth version of real military pride, Rihanna later became the ultimate cultural ambassador. Her street renamed Rihanna Drive. The bigger picture is, programs like these quietly shape icons from small places. Also the social mobility for working class kids like her. Just to cut into the other artists who did the same, there is Chantel, who was with Rihanna in the same unit, almost joined Real Army, now both stars. Broadly, there is musicians with military style training like Shaggy, who was in the US Marines. Ice-T, who was in the army, Johnny Cash, who was in the Air Force, and more. In other words, the pattern is from cadet or military backgrounds to unbreakable work ethic in chaotic music industry to real-time remarkable stars in the game. Why Rihanna stands out is because she was the youngest rebel in fatigues who turned into global bad girl branding. Fast forward that cadet discipline to Eras level tours to Fenty Empire, then quiet philanthropy. The call to action is discipline isn't boring, it's the cheat code.